Let's get started. So I'm Jenny from American Hydroponics. We're located here in Northern California. We're in actually a working greenhouse. This is Joe Swartz. He's with American Hydroponics as well. So we're going to kind of walk you through, if you wanted to start a hydroponic business, we have a Get Growing package, and that includes everything that you see. We are actually in one of our Get Growing packages right now. This is the greenhouse, this is the growing system, these are the supplies that you'll get, and kind of, we're going to walk you through every bit of it. You can download any of these. We have a couple of different packages that we'll explain to you later, but on our website under bundles, also in the online store, you can download any of these packages that you want to get all the specs. They're about 11 pages. It's a nice colorful brochure. So you can take a look and download these and see exactly what comes with each package. So again, I'm Jenny, this is Joe, and we're going to get started. Joe is going to tell you a little bit about the greenhouses.
Okay, so obviously one of the most important things for year-round controlled environment agriculture is the environment, and to be able to control that, which means we need to be able to supply the correct temperature, the correct humidity, carbon dioxide, things like that that plants need for growth that sometimes, depending on the season, plants don't normally get. So the entire Get Growing package is based on the enclosed greenhouse that comes with the package. As Jenny mentioned, we encourage you to please go to the website, AmHydro.com. Take a look at the different Get Growing bundles. You'll notice there's a few different sizes, and there's also a few different configurations. What we're standing in right now is called the commercial bundle, and this is a very high level, what is called the Gutter Connect greenhouse. This is a very highly environmentally controlled greenhouse that's also expandable. It's very, very heavy duty. We also have a small business greenhouse as well, and that is what's called a Quonset style greenhouse. If you notice the photograph that's on your screen right as we speak, that is not only a Gutter Connect greenhouse, that's the actual greenhouse that we're standing in right now. And this is 30 foot by 96 feet, so it's basically 2,800 square feet of production area. The crops that you see in there right now are the ones right here that the students at the Humboldt County Office of Education are growing for their CSA program. And lastly, the photograph you see in front of you is a Quonset style greenhouse. This is the type of greenhouse that you get with the small business bundle. This is a slightly less expensive, lower tech greenhouse. It's a little simpler for certain applications. Works very, very well for some growers. Other growers would like to go with the commercial package. So we can help guide you through that depending on your specific needs. So in terms of the needs of your greenhouse, obviously, as we have about 3,000 square feet right here, you do need some level land that you need to be able to bring utilities to. You'll need water, electricity, and fuel. We use natural gas here for that, so you need to be able to have that. What we want to do real quickly is talk a little bit about the greenhouse itself and what it does. As I mentioned, that we want to control the environment. Plants have very specific temperature ranges. Certain humidity levels are very, very important. The ability to bring in carbon dioxide, things like that are important, and this type of structure allows us to do it. So first and foremost, heating and cooling is some of the more obvious parameters that we look at. So a greenhouse like this is what's called a naturally ventilated greenhouse. So what we have, if you notice over to the side here, we have sidewall vents that will open up to allow cooler air to come in, and then directly above us is a roof vent. So as the temperatures rise in the greenhouse, especially as a beautiful sunny day like it is today, temperatures in the greenhouse will rise and the warm air will rise up. So these greenhouses use the natural convection of air to ventilate the greenhouse, to take humidity out, bring in cooler, drier air, which is very, very good for the plants. We also have what's called a shade screen directly above us. As you see right now, it is halfway closed. As the greenhouse warms, we want to sometimes limit the amount of sunlight getting into the greenhouse to help cool it. This shade system will open and close accordingly, so it will help to, in the summertime or in warmer weather, to cool the greenhouse down. This shade curtain also doubles as a thermal screen. So every night this shade curtain closes, and that helps hold the heat in at night. So especially in cold regions where you require more heating at night, this is one of the energy efficiencies that help to keep your heating bills down. If you notice over our propagation or nursery system, we do use supplemental lighting for certain times of the year. Basically, we want to maximize our crop growth, and allowing the crops to grow under ambient sunlight is a really great way to grow. but there are some times when Mother Nature needs a little bit of boost, and so we add lighting. So as you see here, we have lighting over our propagation and our nursery area. Jenny's going to talk a little bit more about the nursery system shortly. We also, over on this corner right here, have our heating and carbon dioxide system. This is a very, very basic unit heater. Burns propane or natural gas to heat the greenhouse, and this is a carbon dioxide generator. Helps to generate carbon dioxide levels that are above atmospheric carbon dioxide, which we like to use for the plant. If we just take a walk over here, we're going to look at the brains of the operation, if you will. All of these pieces of equipment that we talked about all need some type of central control. Now, this is a very simple what's called a set controller. All the equipment is connected directly into this. So what you do is we will plug in your parameters, what you want your temperature to be, your humidity levels, and this controller will operate all of the equipment to do that. One of the great features of this is very, very user-friendly. It's a touchscreen control, and it also has data logging. So what you can do is you can check and you can see exactly what the temperature or humidity was at during different days, but also at different hours. So I can come in and I can look and I can tell you exactly what the temperature was at 3 o'clock this morning. It's very, very beneficial to be able to do that, to use that to maximize your growth, but also to help troubleshoot with any potential growing issues. So all of these controllers come with the Get Growing package and helps operate all the equipment effectively. Oh, and lastly, I'm so sorry. With your nutrient tank, you have a nutrient controller that controls the nutrient levels in the tank as well as the pH. And that is normally buried underground. Here for the HTOE greenhouse, they did decide to build a small tank house. They have their underground tanks and they have their nutrient controllers inside this this building. So in most instances, depending on your particular situation, we may have the tanks buried or put inside or outside.
Hi, so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the actual growing system. And this is an NFT system, and that stands for Nutrient Film Technology. And that's what we here at AmHydro manufacture. All of this is something we manufacture, and it's manufactured right here in the United States. We have our channel is made out of an HDPE. It's an FDA food grade plastic, really, really durable. We've had customers who have channel that's 20 years old and they're still using it. We have also taken some of these channel, we run them over with, I think it was a Toyota Tundra truck, and it made a little dent in the channel, but that was 4 years ago, and we're still using the channel to this day in our system. So the growing system, as you can see here, this actual, right now, they have 14 varieties of different things growing right here. And so you can see you can grow a lot of the same kind of leafy greens all within this same system. The system comes in the Get Growing package. The system comes basically with everything you see here. We do include the grow cubes and the seeds, the basic seeds, and then Joe will get into that a little bit later. But it comes with the channel. If you come on down here, to show you, it comes with the channel. This is what we call the nursery channel for babies. You see when they're so small like this, they don't need a lot of space. So this really helps optimize the space. It's like real estate. It's all about location and real estate of the amount of space you have. So we can grow the babies real small, and then as they get older, we move them over here. We spread them apart. We move them over here, and that way they can grow to their full harvestable weight and height. And these are what we call the finishing channel right here. You can see also the manifolds, the microtubes. You can see the plumbing, the table frames, everything you see here comes with the Get Growing package. So the entire growing system here all comes with the Get Growing package. Now, one of the questions that someone had asked is, how much can you grow in a system like this? This system right here, again, Joe mentioned it's a 30 by 96. It's our NFT 10K package. Regardless of whether you get the commercial or the small business, it's still 2,880 square feet. It can produce up to 2,500 head per week. in a system like this. So that's a lot of produce. Another question related to that is what's the payoff? How quick, what's the ROI on a system like this? Again, assuming you have a full market, a home for all of your produce right here. On the NFT 10K, the commercial, it's about a 2.5 year payoff if you have a market for all of your produce. And again, you'll be producing about 2,500 head a week of lettuce. So if we walk down here, we can see, you see them in all different stages of growth. You've got basil, you've got kale, you've got some Charles lettuce, you've got some romaine. Again, you see them in all different stages here. That's what the NFT growth system allows you to do, is to have it from, we're going to look at the propagation system in just a minute, but to have it from seed, all of these are started from seed, all the way up through harvestable weight. And they just harvested everything today, so we don't see any. The next harvest will be next week. So let's go down here, and I'm going to talk to you now about the propagation system. So the propagation, what the propagation is that's a system where you're actually going to plant the seed into the Oasis cube. And we use Oasis. You can use Rockwool. The Oasis comes with the Get Growing package. So this is your propagation system right here. And as you can see, it's a complete standalone system. It's got your reservoir, it's got all of your plumbing, your tubing, everything like that. It's got a pump in the reservoir that pumps the water up. It's got the table frame, it's got the trays. There's a heat mat right here. We don't need a heat mat because the Humboldt County Office of Education, who operates this greenhouse, chose to put hydronic heating in the floor, so we don't need heat mats, but your package will come with a heat mat. And these right here, these were just planted. You can see these are actually Oasis cubes. These are what you plant the seeds in, and then the seeds grow. These seeds right here, they'll be ready to transplant into your NFT system 2 weeks from the date that you seed them. And as Joe mentioned, we put lights over the propagation system because that's the most critical time for a seedling. You want them to get a really great start right from the get-go. When they do that, you're going to have a healthy plant all the way through, and a really harvestable, really marketable plant right all the way through. So again, this is a whole standalone system. You can put it anywhere in the greenhouse. We recommend, certain spots in the greenhouse, but you can put it anywhere. We even had a customer who just bought the NFT 10K, and they actually put their system outside. They were in a warm tropical climate, and they actually had their propagation system outside. So you can see that there's a few empty trays down here. We give you what's called our 410 system. It has 9 trays in it, more trays than what you'll need to propagate your whole system, and that's deliberate because with the other trays, you can grow microgreens, which are really profitable if you have a market for them. They go anywhere from $40 to $60 a pound. So if you have some high-end restaurants near you, aside from growing all of your produce, you can grow microgreens as well. And it's a super short crop, really fast turnaround. From seed to harvest, it's about 10 days. Or you can grow wheatgrass. If you have a juicing company around you that wants some wheatgrass, again, it's a really short crop. You can grow fodder. So we provide you a system that is not only enough to propagate and to seed your entire system, but then some extra trays too for you to try some different things with. So that's the propagation system. Again, it comes with everything you see. It comes with the table, comes with the reservoir, comes with the pump. It comes with the manifold, the collector, comes with the trays that we manufacture. Everything you see here is part of the whole Get Growing package. So I think we're going to go back to Joe, and I think Joe's going to tell us a little bit more about some of the growing supplies that you'll need and some of the growing supplies that are included in the package.
Okay, as Jenny had mentioned, in addition to the equipment to grow the crops, obviously you'll need an ongoing supply of different types of growing supplies. One of the things that you'll need on a regular basis and comes with the Get Growing package is a 3-month supply of all the growing supplies that you need, one of which, of course, is seed. So we will supply you with seed to get the first 3 months going. We also have subscription packages. So all of the supplies that we offer, you can have for ease and convenience. You can have the ability to just simply reorder your subscription package, and we will send you all the growing supplies that you need. It takes a lot of the guesswork out, makes it much more simple and straightforward. So in addition to the seeds, you'll also get, as Jenny talked about, the Oasis Grow Cubes. You'll have a regular supply of these. You'll need these with each crop. We'll also be sending you nutrients, which will be supplying the nutrition to your plant, so we'll need to have that on a regular basis. And we also have a grower support package. So basically with the Get Growing package, you have a 1-year Get Growing support package, which basically you have access to all of our growing experts, and will allow you to have, if you have questions, have questions answered, to give you any kind of growing support and assistance that you might need. And again, all of these are in a revolving subscription package. So for ease and convenience, if you'd like to just get on that, we can continually keep you supplied with everything you need. Now, one of the other questions we get a lot about these systems is, okay, the greenhouse is here, the growing system's here. How do I put this together? So all of these systems are designed to be very modular and very easy to install. With the Get Growing package, though, we do send an AmHydro construction supervisor to your site for 2 days, and what they will do is they will start the construction process. They will assist you and train you and your people how to set these systems up. Again, they're very, very simple and very straightforward. Usually within that first 2 days, we can get the system almost completely up. And certainly, any questions, any issues that you may have, we can guide you and walk you through. And in addition, with the technical support package, going forward, if you have any issues with any of the system components, we can very easily guide you through that walkthrough.
So the other things that come with the Get Growing package is not just the installation of the system for 2 days, but we also have an option for you. You can either, once you buy the package, you can either attend one of our 2-day seminars, and we hold those around the country, and they are hands-on classroom book, and they take care of give you a super great start as to starting your own hydroponic farm. Or maybe you already have a bunch of hydroponic knowledge. Maybe you've been growing a little bit on your own. You kind of think, okay, I don't really need that. And what you'd like instead is for one of our experts to come and visit you at your site. So you can either, with the Get Growing package, you can either come to one of our seminars, one of our 2-day seminars, or you can have one of our experts come and actually make a site visit to your site, kind of once you get up and running, and really help you dial in everything so that you can be the most productive and profitable. Because it really, at the end of the day, it's about you starting a business and being profitable in your business, and that's what we're here to help you do. So to that end, if you're still kind of checking it all out and you kind of want to find out a little bit more, we have a deal just for the people who are watching this seminar with the code that you see on your screen right there. And again, you'll get all of this stuff emailed to you, and you'll get the presentation there emailed to you so you can kind of go back through it. But we have a 2-for-1 deal coming up for our next 2 seminars. The one in February, which is February 20th and 21st, will be held right here in Humboldt County, California, in Northern California, and it'll be right here in this greenhouse. And you'll be spending the mornings in a seminar learning pest control, the basics of the system, marketing your system, how to start a business. And then in the afternoons, you'll actually be here in the greenhouse working. You'll be seeding, you'll be transplanting, you'll be harvesting, you'll be packing, and we'll actually be working on that for the 2 days of the seminar in the afternoon. So it's a special 2-for-1, and it's great if you and your business partner, your spouse, a friend, whoever wants to come to the seminar. It's a great way to really get a good feel of what it would be like, and to actually step into a greenhouse like this, get a really good feel for where will this fit on the property that you have, kind of take a good look at it like that. So we have the next seminar is in February 20th and 21st here in Northern California. Then we have another seminar coming up, and that's in April. That's April 27th and 28th. That'll be just south of Salt Lake City, Utah, at one of our customers there, and they have a beautiful greenhouse. We've held our seminars there. It's a great place. And then we'll be back here in the summer, back here in Humboldt County. And then after that, our next one will be on the East Coast again. So that's kind of it. We have a couple of other notes. Joe's going to come back for you just in a second. But if you haven't had a chance yet, this is like I was telling you, the download that you will want, you can go and you can download all of the different Get Growing packages, or you can say, you know, there's one specific that you're looking for. I can tell you the 10K, you can harvest about 2,500 plants a week. I'm sorry, 2,500 plants a week. The 15K harvests about 3,200 plants a week, and then we have a 4K, and that harvests just over 1,000, about 1,100 plants a week. So when you do that, as you flip through here, basically we've provided you all of the information, what the design layout would look like, a bunch of the other information, what the greenhouse specs would actually look like, everything that comes with it. The other thing I just kind of want to point out, this list right here is basically a shopping list for you. If you want to go and put together your own greenhouse, you can take this, you can take that. It's basically a shopping list of not only everything that comes in the Get Growing packages, but really everything that you will need to put up a greenhouse and to start your own hydroponic business. So that's what we have going on. I just kind of wanted to show you too. This is what right here in this greenhouse, what they're working on. This is just kind of a little marketing tip. Super cool bag. This is for their CSA program. And the name of the farms for Humboldt County Office of Education is Humboldt Hydro Farms. They pack this every week with 10 to 12 different variety of leafy greens. And they sell this on a 13-week subscription. It's a great way to get started in your hydro business, is to offer a CSA. And once a week, the people come to pick it up. But you can do something like this. This is a really inexpensive option. Everybody gets one of these bags. They bring it back, and then they refill it every week with the same thing. So we'll take some questions now. Joe's going to come back in just a second. We offer these webinars, these free webinars, every month. The third Thursday of every month at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, you'll just need to register for them, sign up, come, and then they'll always be available to you after the fact as a recording as well. So Joe has a few more things, and then we'll address some of the questions.
Okay, so basically I just want to talk about the next webinar coming up next month. This is one of my favorite. I really enjoy all the questions that people will ask. I've been a grower myself for 32 years, so made a lot of mistakes in that time. So certainly there's a lot of different tips and tricks that we can learn from our own growing experience, but also from the experiences of others. And so our next webinar is actually called Tips, Tricks, and Tools of the Trade. And what we would ask you to do is send in questions. We enjoy getting the questions in. We'd like to address all of them. So this is really your opportunity, whether you're an actual grower or even a prospective grower, to ask us whatever's on your mind, and we'll be happy to answer that and give you the best answer we can. So I understand we do have some questions that have come in.
Right. So one of the questions that we addressed, the ROI, and again, the 10K, which is the 30 by 96 size, you have about a 2 or 2.5 year, depending on which greenhouse. That's the major cost of the whole thing. Depending on which greenhouse, it's about a 2 or 2.5 year payback. And that includes paying yourself a salary of about $40,000 to $45,000 a year. Again, assuming that you have full production and a market for your production. We can help you with all of those things. Here's another question: is in an NFT system, how often should you add nutrients to the reservoir? Great question. Another question someone asked is, what do you do with the nutrient after the fact? So how often you should add nutrients? You have an automatic doser that's included in the system that measures and automates the pH and the nutrient. So you put your set level down, and let's say, for example, leafy greens like these have a CF of 14 is what we've set it at. So we have our set point on the doser at 14, and it will automatically keep the reservoir at 14. One of the things I didn't mention is that in this system, it's a completely closed loop system. So as the water and nutrient flows like this, it's flowing down, it's being caught, and then it's being recirculated all the way through these tubes back to your tank. So you have no water use wastage, and you have no nutrients that's being wasted. It's all being recirculated. It's what's called the closed loop system. So it's the most efficient, most productive way to grow. And so you really save on nutrients too. So one of the questions, like as someone mentioned or asked earlier, is what do you do? We do recommend changing the nutrients about every 4 to 6 weeks, and that will depend upon the performance of your plants. you'll start to see maybe they're not looking as vital, maybe they're not looking as green as they should, and you can take your nutrients, you can test, and then you can, what we call a dump. And you'll take out half of your nutrient water and you'll refill it and recharge the water with fresh nutrients about every 4 to 6 weeks. What do you do with that nutrient water? You can do all sorts of things with that nutrient water. It's perfectly good. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing harsh or hazardous about it. We actually, our neighbor next door to this greenhouse right here runs an outdoor garden, and he actually asked for our nutrient water so he can water his plants, and that's perfectly viable. You can water other plants in the soil. Let's see. Should nutrient level always be kept the same and maintained daily? For most plants, yes, they will. There might be some times throughout the year where you might want to raise. In the wintertime, you might want to raise your nutrient level a little bit, or in the summertime, you might want to lower it a little bit. But again, all you have to do is change your set point on your nutrient controller, and that'll take care of all of that for you. Same with the pH. It'll take care of the pH for you. Let's see. Joe, let's see what else is. I'm reading these questions. What else do we have to say? You want to? Oh, you're doing the tips and tricks.
Yep.
In an NFT system, how often should you add nutrients, and how do you properly dispose of the liquid nutrient after use? I think we answered both of those. Then we have someone who's interested in the AmHydro Growers Kit, which is the, I'm assuming that's the grower support. Would you offer support on the setup of the greenhouse or purchase separately? And we don't. And we don't actually manufacture the greenhouses. We partner with different people. That's a great question. We partner with who we feel are the best in the industry for particular areas. For example, we just put one of these systems down in the Bahamas. That had to be a very unique structure because of the winds. And that greenhouse was just finished being constructed when Hurricane Matthew blew through right over the island and right in the midst of all of it. And because we had done our research and we had worked with the greenhouse company and the customer, they always fit the greenhouse company to the specific location it's going to be. And that greenhouse withstood Hurricane Matthew, no problem. So we're not going to set you up with a greenhouse that won't be the right greenhouse for you. If you already have a greenhouse, we absolutely can help you fill that greenhouse with an NFT system or a vine crop system or anything like that. But for the actual greenhouse support, we can give you the easy questions, but you'll need to go back to the greenhouse manufacturer for very specific questions about their greenhouse. If you're calling about the Get Growing system, we know this greenhouse really well, and we can certainly help you with that. And I think that's all of it. So thanks very much, everybody, for tuning in. On behalf of Joe and myself and all of AmHydro, we'd love to talk to you more. We love to talk hydro. We love what we do, and we love getting fresh vegetables, fresh produce out to feeding your local communities. So give us a call, give us an email, chat with us online, message us on Facebook. We would love to talk to you. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.